It is indeed a great pleasure for all of us here at the Embassy of the Republic of Indonesia to welcome our friends on this auspicious occasion to celebrate the 70th Independence Day of the Republic of Indonesia. We would like to thank each and every one of you for taking the time to share this lovely evening with us. We will begin our program tonight with the Indonesian national anthem, Indonesia Raya, performed by Miss Shakila. Miss Shakila, please.
Indonesia, tanah airku, tanah tumpah darahku. Di sanalah aku berdiri, jadi pandu ibuku. Indonesia, kebangsaanku, bangsa dan tanah airku, marilah kita berseru, Indonesia bersatu. Hiduplah tanahku, hiduplah negeriku, bangsaku, rakyatku, semuanya. Bangunlah jiwanya, bangunlah badannya untuk Indonesia Raya. Indonesia Raya, merdeka, merdeka, tanahku, negeriku yang ku cinta. Indonesia Raya, merdeka, merdeka, hiduplah Indonesia Raya.
Thank you, Ms. Shakila. Ladies and gentlemen, the United States national anthem, Star Spangled Banner, performed by Ms. Farah Manur.
Oh, stay, can you see like the dawn's early light? What so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose cross stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets ran glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Ms. Farah. Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Now allow me to invite the Ambassador of the Republic of Indonesia to the United States of America, His Excellency Budi Laksono, to deliver his remarks.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Excellencies, distinguished colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good evening and peace to all of you. We are extremely pleased to welcome you all to the Indonesian Embassy tonight. As the Indonesian ambassador to the United States, it is a privilege and a very special honor to have with us the Speaker of the Indonesian Parliament, Honorable Setia Novanto, and the so-called Get Things Done General, Coordinating Minister for Politics, Legal and Security, General Luhut Panjaitan. I thank you, Pak Luhut and Pak Setia Novanto, for being with us tonight. Also with us today, we have a member of Indonesian Parliament, just standing right before you. We are also honored to have Senator Sheldon Whitehouse and Congressman Ted Poe as our guest of honor from Capitol Hill. Your presence, Senator and Congressmen, is a testament to the centrality of the legislative pillar for future Indonesian relations and the United States. Being two democratic countries, the role of parliaments is paramount and indispensable. I would also like to welcome our guest of honor from the Obama administration, Deputy Secretary of State Antony Blinken. We are all aware that the Deputy Secretary just visited Indonesia several months ago. Deputy Secretary Blinken has promised me that he will go to the entire evening without once mentioning the traffic in Jakarta. In all seriousness, I have heard that Deputy Secretary speak from the heart about our shared values, which he and I agree can be an engine not only to enhance our bilateral relations, but also address urgent global challenges. I also see among us here the PDI's Ambassador Scott Marshall. Ambassador Marshall has been contributing significantly in our effort to promote a bilateral relation between Indonesia and America. We can for Ambassador Marshall. Thank you. Okay, I get 6 down. Another hundreds to go. I'm pleased to see my good friends, all friends of Indonesia, both new and old. I would like to express my appreciations to my fellow ASEAN ambassadors, as well as all other ambassadors with us tonight. It is indeed an honor and privilege for me and my staff to work alongside all of you in Washington, D.C. Distinguished guests, this year will be a very special moment for Indonesia as we celebrate 70th anniversary of our Independence Day. Moreover, as stakeholders in the American-Indonesia relationships, I am sure that you share my excitement in advance of the historic visits of President Joko Widodo to Washington, D.C. President Joko Widodo's upcoming visits demonstrates that our strategic partnerships continue to grow, even as our countries experience leadership transitions. During the President Joko Widodo's visits, Indonesia and the United States will be working on a new and elevated platform for partnerships. a platform that will create new momentum, a platform that will generate hope and opportunities, a platform that will open the door for enhanced collaborations between Indonesia and the US, at bilateral, regional, as well as at global levels. At the conclusions of the visit, we do hope that America will have a better understanding of my country and see Indonesia as a reliable partner, a dynamic democracy, and a bridge builder for moderate, tolerance, and cooperation. Distinguished guests, the image of President Widodo and Obama, both historic leaders in their own right, sitting down to address our shared challenges, will send a very strong message to the world that Indonesia and the US stand together in confronting the growing threat of terrorism and violent extremism. As the largest Muslim majority country in the world, Indonesia speaks with the voice of the moderations and legitimizes the voice of radicalism. Our two nations share a commitment to tolerance and pluralism, to unity in diversity. Our future partnerships will clearly demonstrate to the regions and to the Muslim world that the values of democracy are shared among Islam and the West, the South, and the North, developed and developing countries. The partnerships will also provide an opportunity to showcase the enormous potential for greater prosperity as we strengthen commercial ties between the biggest economy in the world and the biggest economy in Southeast Asia. Enhanced economic relations between our countries will benefit the American people, the Indonesian people, and the region at large. For both Indonesian constituencies and the American people, President Joko Widodo's presence in Washington will build trust and demonstrate that our two great nations can and will work hand in hand to address the bilateral, regional, and global challenges of our time. Trust should be the soul of Indonesia in its future partnership. I thank you very, very much. Now, it is my privilege to introduce our first guest of honor. As a foreign policy thinker, practitioner, and advisor with more than 3 decades of experience, addressing U.S.-Indonesia relations should be a breeze. Inside the Beltway and in our faraway capitals, he is recognized as a genuine superstar, respected by his counterparts in every region of the world. He has shown grace under pressure, an inclusive approach to leadership, keen intellect, and excellent judgment. Without further ado, I'm honored to invite our guest of honor, Deputy Secretary of State, His Excellency Anthony Blinken, to deliver his remarks. Please welcome
Well, Mr. Ambassador, thank you for that incredibly generous and gracious introduction. I only wish that my wife had been here to hear that. And it's wonderful to be with you. I'm grateful for the invitation to celebrate with you today. It's a particular honor to be here with the Speaker and with General LaHood. We had a very good meeting earlier today. And I'm especially pleased to be joined by two important members of our Congress, Senator Whitehouse, Congressman Cole. The exchange that you've had, members of the Parliament with Congress, could not be, as the Ambassador said, more important. And making sure that our legislative branches are connected, as our executive branches are, is vitally, vitally important to the future of the relationship. So we're grateful for your presence and we're grateful for the exchange that you've engaged in. I have to say that on behalf of the Secretary of State, it is a great honor to wish you and the people of Indonesia a very happy Independence Day. It's not every day that you turn 70. We, of course, like to say that 70 is actually the new 60, so you can take some consolation in that. But we are very proud to stand with Indonesia as an enduring friend, as a partner, and as a champion of Indonesia's growing role both in the region and indeed around the world. As the ambassador said, I had the great privilege of visiting Indonesia just a few months ago, and I saw firsthand, once again, your nation's characteristic energy, its vitality, its openness, which is so perfectly enshrined in your national motto. In fact, as President Obama said, our two nations are bound together not only by shared ideals and values, but actually by the mottos that animate both of our countries. Ours, of course, is E pluribus unum, out of many one. And yours, Bhinneka Tunggal Ika, unity in diversity. Less than two decades since the beginning of its democratic experiment, Indonesia today represents a powerful model of ethnic and religious tolerance for the entire world. As a thriving and richly diverse Muslim-majority democracy, Indonesia has the opportunity to share its style of government and society, to encourage in its example the progress of others. One of the highlights of my trip a few months ago, in fact, one of the highlights of any trip I've taken anywhere in the world, was my visit to a pesantren, an Islamic boarding school where girls and boys learn together alongside each other. And indeed, the curriculum represents Indonesia's proud tradition of faith, of tolerance, and of critical thinking. The reception was extraordinary. But beyond that, it was getting a chance to talk to and listen to and hear from the students that was remarkable. The approach that the school takes has valuable lessons for us and our partners across the world as we work together to try to reach those who might be susceptible to the call of violent extremism and develop strategies to prevent exclusion, alienation, and radicalization in the first place. In speaking with the students, it was quite extraordinary. The sophistication of their questions, their courage to raise the most difficult issues. I've done a few press conferences and events here in the United States, but this was one of the toughest audiences I had. We spoke about the values that unite our nations and form the foundation of our close cooperation to reduce the causes and forces of extremism, to bolster our economies, to expand access to clean energy, to connect our young people to new opportunities, to promote peace and prosperity. And I have to tell you, this view of Indonesia is not limited to our government. A little bit earlier this year, our special representative to Muslim communities, Sharik Zafar, led a delegation of American Muslims, business leaders, civil society leaders, to Indonesia. And they came back with one very critical message. Given its extraordinary record, Indonesia really has a vital leadership role to play in sharing its model of education, tolerance, and pluralism with the world, including with other Muslim-majority countries. In fact, more than ever, the Asia-Pacific region needs Indonesia's bold, dynamic, and democratic leadership. We greatly appreciate your nation's role in forging a more unified ASEAN and in addressing common challenges, from fighting climate change by reducing greenhouse gas emissions, to urging responsible conduct in the South China Sea, to providing life-saving aid to the many migrants and refugees stranded at sea. We very much anticipate President Jokowi's visit to Washington in October, and we will continue to work together to build ever stronger ties. An anchor of our engagement in the region, our economic and strategic partnership with Indonesia has the opportunity to grow even stronger still, reaching new heights, delivering achievements for the people in both the United States, Indonesia, and indeed around the world. So, Mr. Ambassador, thank you for your generous hospitality this evening and for your strong and effective leadership here in Washington. On behalf of the people of the United States, I'm honored to offer you our best wishes on this historic day. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you for your remarks, Mr. Deputy Secretary. Now, I have the privilege to invite our second guest of honor, a very well-known person who actually needs no introduction at all. A very well-respected senator who we were honored to host in Indonesia slightly over a year ago. I'm confident he'll never forget the beauty of Indonesia, especially its deep seas, as he is a very fond of diving. I'll be honored to invite Senator Sheldon Whitehouse to the stage. And please give a warm welcome and big hand to the
Thank you, Ambassador. I appreciate so much the excellent representation that you provide Indonesia here in Washington, D.C. And I'm extremely grateful for the wonderful hospitality that the Ambassador and his wife have shown all of us here tonight. It is a great honor as a legislator to welcome the Speaker and the distinguished members of the legislative delegation from Indonesia here for this very auspicious day. And we are delighted also to have the Minister of Politics here. The General was kind enough when Senator McCain and I visited Indonesia together to host a private dinner for Senator McCain and myself, and not quite yet President Joko Widodo. He had been elected but not sworn in. And it was a remarkable evening of great promise that the President is beginning to realize. So we are very excited at President Joko Widodo's upcoming visit to the United States, and we think that this will help forge new bonds as we move into your second 70 years of independence. I can think of no country in the world that offers more promise for leadership on cultural cohesion, on environmental improvement, on energy, on so many other issues than Indonesia. Your last 70 years have been wonderful. I think your next 70 will be even more promising. And I could not be prouder to join our Deputy Secretary, Mr. Lincoln, in being here, my terrific congressman from the other side of our legislative body, Congressman Poe, from being here, and together bringing the greetings of the United States, in my case, of the United States Senate. Thank you so very much, and congratulations.
Thank you very, very much, Senator Sheldon Whitehouse. Now I would like to invite our last, but certainly not least, guest of honor, a well-known congressman. During my visit to his office, even during the meeting with the presidents of Indonesia in Jakarta just last month, he always reminds me, right in front of President Joko Widodo, that I am not only ambassador to the United States, but also to the state of Texas. Congressman, if needs be, I would be more than happy to present my credential to the state of Texas. Without further ado, I am honored to invite Congressman Ted Poe of Texas to deliver his remarks. Warm welcome for Congressman Poe.
Thank you, Mr. Ambassador. Thank you for hosting this tonight. I appreciate the invitation to be here. I want to welcome all of our legislators from across the seas. It's always good to see another general in the audience. Deputy Secretary, and of course, Senator Whitehouse, thank you as well. Mr. Ambassador, we see each other everywhere. Last time I saw you was in Jakarta. I thought it was 2 or 3 weeks ago, but as I said to the President then, our ambassador, the Indonesian ambassador, he is the happiest ambassador I have ever met in the world. I've traveled all over the world. I've been to a lot of foreign countries, including Louisiana, and he is the happiest ambassador. And he represents, I think, Indonesia quite well. He said we're having a birthday celebration on September 10th.
And I said, oh, thank you, because you see, September 10th today is my birthday. And then I just later learned, no, it's not your birthday. It's Independence Day. But anyway, it's quite the honor to be here. The senator is correct, and the deputy secretary. Indonesia, in its place in the world, has a unique opportunity to promote stability in the South China Sea area. There's some troubled times over there. Indonesia's leadership is needed to calm the waters. The United States wants to work with Indonesia on things like trade. I'm from Houston, energy capital of the world. We sell things. Thank you, Texas. We like to export things to all over the world. We want to build that relationship of trade, because when nations trade together in commerce, then the relationship in other areas, especially the political area, is strengthened. So I appreciate the ambassador and his wife hosting this. Thank you for seeing me in Indonesia and taking me around. Quite an impressive country for those of you who have not been there. It is important for members of the House of Representatives and the Senate to travel to countries that we consider our friends, to develop those relationships. So happy birthday to Indonesia. Happy day to the happiest ambassador in the world. And that's just the way it is. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. It's Congressman Taipo. Now, may I invite you all to raise your glasses for a toast to the lasting prosperity of the Indonesian and American people, to everyone gathered here tonight, and to the global community of nations. Cheers, everybody. Cheers. Cheers.
Invite Maryland Secretary of State, the Honorable John Wobben Smith, to present a citizen from Maryland Governor, the Honorable Larry Hogan. We would also like to invite all of the guests of honor to gather around the nasi tumpeng. Thank you, the Honorable Satyana Bando. May I also invite His Excellency Gabriel Luhut Panjaitan to do the second cutting of nasi tumpeng and present it to Deputy Secretary of State, His Excellency. fun with the beautiful sound of government. So please, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is indeed a privilege and an honor for us to share our special evening with you. On behalf of the Embassy of the Republic of Indonesia, allow me to thank each and every one of you for your presence at our celebration. Please enjoy the rest of the evening and allow me to invite all of you to taste some of the Indonesian cuisine.